What's up, Taurus? I hope all is well in the Taurasian community. It's your girl D here. We bringing you a reading for Leo season 2025. Peace and blessings out to the Taurus community. And we want to shout out Leo because it is Leo season. So shout out to all the Leos. Happy birthday to you, baby. I hope you have an amazing birthday season. All right, we got both in our chart. So let's take a look and see what's going on. I don't think there's any planets in um, Taurus at this time. The last planet that was there was Uranus, and Uranus moved into Gemini at the beginning of the spring, I believe it was, or the beginning of the summer, one or the other. But it's no longer there. So, but we still want to see how these other energies are affecting you during Leo season. So let me get 5 cards for my Tauruses. First card out is the big blue house. Makes sense because Taurus rules your assets, what you own, as far as your houses, your property. All right, so that's heavy Taurus energy there. Okay, so you representing. We got the classroom energy. Uh-oh, we got the cat. What are you? All right, let me see. Okay, so the motorcycle came out and the movie theater came out. All right, let me see what's going on with you. What's going on with you, Taurus? This is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. All right. So you could be shopping for a new neighborhood. Okay, maybe you're concerned about the school district, the schools, things like that. So maybe you moved into a new house, a new home. Somebody watching somebody. That's what I'm gonna say that. Okay, somebody's watching somebody. I don't know if they realize that they're being surveillanced or under surveillance, but somebody's definitely watching somebody. It could be watching you because you might be a little bit different than what they could be intrigued by you is what I'm getting here. Okay, with the motorcycle and the kitten energy, it's like an energy of okay, they are different than who we are. We're more traditional, laid back with the blue house, but these people are more eclectic or different because they're the motorcycle. Okay, so there could be somebody who I don't know. I'm also getting another thing about somebody wanting to ask someone out on a date. But you may have neighbors. You may have moved into a new neighborhood, and they may find you, unique or eclectic. This could also be somebody wanting to set up a movie theater in their home as well. I'm getting that, but I'm also getting something about the school districts. Somebody may want to live in an environment where all of that is outside the window, where there's residential community, the school districts are in the neighborhood. You can take your bike out. There's entertainment in the neighborhood as well. And somebody may want to be in an environment where all that is included. So I feel like somebody could be looking for a place to live. Somebody may be wanting to, take a trip, go on a vacation, and document their vacation. Document their. Somebody could be looking for houses. They could be documenting um, their experience. Like I get somebody's watching HGTV, which used to be when I had cable. That I always used to watch that. I used to always watch what's the show on HGTV with the millionaires who hit the lotto and then they go house shopping. Yeah, I used to watch that. And the dude who is he's the host on the show, he's a Leo. He's typical Leo energy all day. I love him. He is so cute. But yeah, somebody's watching that, the lotto show where you win the lotto and then you have him help you find a house. All right, but let's see what's going on here. Tell me about this house for Taurus. What's up with this blue house? Stability, security, safety. Yeah, promise. So somebody could be promising someone a house or promising to buy someone a house, or I don't know if someone is the real estate agent could be promising you to find you what it is that you're looking for. Okay, the challenge is the classroom. So it could be, something close to school or something close to a decent school district for your children. Death energy, death and rebirth. I'm getting classroom death. So something ended. Okay, so somebody's done. Okay, okay. This could be a teacher who is done for the summer, okay? And so maybe this teacher now wants to, yeah, because school is out with the classroom and the death energy. I feel like school is out, or they've retired from teaching, or the children are out of the house now. They're grown. What's hidden is the cat energy, somebody watching and watching a conflict. So somebody's watching something. Somebody could be watching you have a fight with someone about something. It could be your partner with the promise energy. What's hidden though is okay, so I don't know if somebody's still getting over the death of a child. Condolences to you and your family if that's something you experienced or are experiencing. Tell me about this motorcycle. Somebody's furious about a motorcycle. Somebody could be furious that somebody bought a motorcycle or that somebody's going out on a motorcycle. I do get that somebody's overwhelmed. It could be overwhelmed with watching. Okay, somebody may have had a child who passed away. And maybe you guys are going through something as far as the mourning process, which is normal. Um, so now maybe somebody's considering, okay, maybe we should move, maybe we should relocate. I don't want to be here anymore. Maybe there's talks of separation or divorce. Now the children may not have necessarily passed away. They could have grown up, because death is about a transformation, a change. It doesn't necessarily have to be physical death. It could be like now the kids are out of the house. We were gonna downsize or we were gonna buy a bigger house or something like that, but instead you bought a fucking motorcycle, and now we're overwhelmed here in some way, shape, or form. Could be with bills, responsibilities, things like that, but somebody's watching this go down. It's like, yo, I warned you. I'm getting the energy of I warned you. It's like, okay, I told you. Now we're gonna sit back and watch what happens. Type of energy here, and now somebody's overwhelmed, and somebody's sitting here watching them because the cat's right there. It's like I told you. I told you. So I don't know if somebody's recording something. Yeah, the Seven of Cups. Somebody's confused about what someone promised someone. Somebody promised somebody stability, a traditional life, or somebody is wondering how they're going to be able to provide that for somebody. The challenge is somebody may not be able to do it due to maybe a death, or maybe they're not able to do it. Um, Give me more on the death. Yeah, the Four of Pentacle energy in reverse. Somebody opening up about maybe the death of a child. Somebody could have commitment issues because of something that they experienced, or maybe things are put on hold because maybe there was a death of a child, or someone has to somebody could be putting off a commitment. So there could be conflict about that, or somebody's conflicted about it. Yeah, some Page of Cups, a child. It could just also be that a child came into play and now that changes everything, because death represents change. And so the thing is somebody is afraid to open up about that. And so since this child has come, there could be conflict, frustration, fury. Okay, I feel like that's what's going on here. So somebody might have promised somebody, like, oh, if you have my baby, I'll provide for us. I'll give us this. I'll give us that. I'll make sure we have, what men do to get you to have babies, and then they don't give you the ring. And there's lots of people walking around like that. Fury and the sun energy in reverse. Exactly. So it's like you lied to me. You told me this is what it was going to be, and it's really not that. You went and bought a motorcycle instead of getting us a house. You said you was going to get us if okay, so there could be a couple who's fighting over a child. Maybe one person wants a child, maybe the other person does not. Okay, and one person is like, look, we're having a baby, we need a house. The other person is like, well, I don't want a baby, I don't want a house, I want a I want a motorcycle. So somebody could be childish still with the sun energy in reverse in that page of cup. Somebody is not ready. They could be fighting it. Or it could be now that the child is grown, this person can buy what they want. It's like, okay, yeah, I bought the house, I provided for the children, I made sure they were good. Now I could buy my damn motorcycle. What's this overload with the movie theater? This the world energy in reverse and the King of Wands. Hmm. Yeah. So it's like now I did everything I was supposed to do. Now I can have what I want. Tell me about the sun energy in reverse. The Eight of Cups. Yeah, it's like, for whatever reason, they had to take care of responsibility. So someone couldn't buy what they wanted. There's a gentleman here who wants to buy what he wants now that he is taking care of his children. Or, maybe he talked to his wife or his fiance or girlfriend about having children, and you guys agreed, okay, yeah, we're going to get a house, we're going to do all these things. And yet he went out and bought a motorcycle. And so maybe now you're furious about that. And it's like, this person may do these things, maybe they're just not ready yet, for, the responsibilities of a parent. And it's like, okay, yeah, let's look for houses in a particular district or a particular area. But it's like this person is not doing it, or they're stalling, or they're making excuses for it. What is this, Taurus? Yeah, somebody's being triggered. Yeah, we have resistance. Yeah, somebody's just not ready to move on. They're not ready. The sun is still in reverse. Somebody is just not ready yet with the Eight of Cups energy. They go in and out. And somebody goes in and out of anger. Yeah, they're not ready yet. Somebody's not healed yet. And then we have change. So it could have been something that happened to them in their childhood. And now, with the relationship that they're in now, moving forward, they're being triggered by something that may have happened to them when they were a kid, through their partner, and their partner wanting them to progress and move along in the relationship, is what I'm getting here. I want one more about that sun. Yeah, the Five of Cup energy in reverse. Yeah, this is somebody getting their groove back, getting their vitality back, getting their life back, getting their happiness back. Yeah, this could be because of the loss of a child, or because the children are now grown and out of the house. And now somebody's trying to get themselves back into, trying to describe it the best way I can here, because there's a couple different scenarios here. This is about somebody who lost a child and they're fighting with their partner. This is also about someone wanting to buy a house because they want to plan for a family, but yet somebody is, still thinking about the things that they want and buying the shit they want, like a motorcycle. And a partner could be furious about that. This could have set them back in the hole. Okay, somebody could be trying to do some. This could also be somebody who may thought that they were going to get a particular part in a role in a movie, and maybe they didn't get it. They auditioned for it, and so they promised all these things, but then it didn't work out. This could be about a father figure as well. Somebody is overwhelmed. A father figure is overwhelmed with a lot of responsibility. This is on TV. Or somebody could be, okay, somebody is famous. You know what's coming to mind to me, with this is, Meech, Little Meech. For some reason, that's just coming to my head because I'm about to watch that show after I get done with y'all reading. But I'm just getting the energy of somebody who was with a woman who, promised this woman, all these things, and then, there's a child that comes into play, and now they're fighting. This man is not making the money he used to make, or he didn't get the part, or the season ended, the show ended with the Saturn energy reversing the King of Wands as far as the theater is concerned. This is somebody who's on the screen. Um, Maybe somebody's not able to purchase a house or buy a house or move forward because the season wasn't renewed. It was 5 seasons with the Five of Pentacle energy in reverse. So there were 5 seasons and it's not going to be renewed. But somebody may have had a baby and planned and everything, and now that the show is over, this person maybe doesn't want to settle down. Maybe they were going to settle down when they had the show and it was or they had the part in the play and it was reoccurring. This is somebody who may be pregnant. This is somebody who could be in a play or a show and they were traveling around or doing a concert or a tour, and now they have to find a nanny. Okay. And they can't buy a house now because they're going to be all, traveling all over the place. So I'm getting something like that as well. Somebody, has done this before, is also is what I'm getting, but somebody's triggered by the change here. There's some resistance. We have antisocial. So this is somebody who's not speaking about what's going on. They were holding back about what they were experiencing, especially if it was a death of a child or something that they went through in their childhood, but they're being triggered by it now. So it's prompting change. So this is why this person is in conflict with their partner, because they're being triggered by something about a child or something that happened in their childhood. We have exhausted. So somebody's definitely tired, overwhelmed. We got that energy here. Okay. With maybe what they're doing as far as this could be a screenwriter, somebody who is a athlete as well. Okay, there could be an athlete who has 5 rings, and this person is not coming back um, into whatever it is, the next season or what have you. They're not coming back. Uh, this could be somebody who has a child with someone and now they're not able to provide all that they were going to provide, and so they're being overwhelmed and exhausted with bills. This could be somebody maybe deciding to as far as making extra money, they could be deciding to do a reality TV show because they need some money. Okay, or maybe this is an idea being presented to them. There's also an energy of lust. So this is about greed too. Lust could have to do with money. So greed by any means necessary and inconsiderate. So it's an energy here of someone being selfish with the sun energy and someone being furious about it, but this person is constantly selfish. They constantly doing whatever it is that they want and going wherever they want to go, and not considering everybody that's involved. This person sometimes leaves out and they're antisocial, so nobody knows what's going on. Um, but they could be, this is somebody who's learning how to deal with their emotions or learning how to deal with the change that they're experiencing in their financial situation or in their career. It doesn't necessarily have to be about a child, but they may find out that their partner is just with them just for their personal reasons and not that they really love them. So that could be another thing that's coming out now that this person is no longer in their contract. And I don't know anything about Lil Meech's life, so don't get me, to saying that this is about him. But he just came to mind because of, I was just getting like father, like son energy. Um, and he first thing that came to mind was because with the BMF season, I don't know if anybody watches that, the 50 Cent show that's on Stars. I don't know if it was 5 seasons. Did it go 5 seasons? I don't think it went 5 seasons, but at any rate, I just see the season being over. That just came to my mind. Anyway, so we have reunion. So maybe somebody is getting back with someone, okay, or someone has resistance getting back with someone. Someone doesn't want to accept change. Somebody may have left this person because this is a past life. Yeah, see, karma, Saturn in reverse. So this is something that this person has to settle in this lifetime. They didn't settle it in the last lifetime, so they're going to have to do it in this lifetime. This is about being mature, growing up, being a responsible adult, a responsible father, okay? Something like that. Having a chance to do it again. Maybe when their child was young, they weren't there for them, but now their child is older. They're able to be in their child's life, so they may be getting a second chance. Somebody could be getting a second chance at age 50. to have another child. It could be okay, but they're not able to pay for it or provide for it. But we have dancer. Okay, so this is somebody who could a exotic dancer could be involved, or someone who has a career for dancing, because Leo deals with the those types of careers. And I was getting the King of Wands, and we get the the theater here. Okay, and I'm just getting episodes. The King of Wands, or this could be, like I said, a basketball player or a sports star of some sort who's overwhelmed with bills. They don't have enough money, so they could be doing Dancing with the Stars. That's another thing I'm getting. So you may see somebody who was in the movies or the theater, or a sports figure doing Dancing with the Stars, because they're no longer doing what they were normally doing to make money, or what they were known for. Okay, because they may have promised this person, hey, I want to take care of us. We're going to have a baby type of thing, something like that. Acceptance. Everything happens for a reason. So somebody could be having a difficult time accepting the reality of the situation. Yeah, we have rejection. So rejection is divine protection. So somebody could have been rejected about something, but there's addictions here. So maybe that's what it is. So it could be lust. Somebody could have a sexual addiction. Okay, but there's new love and recommitment to love. So somebody wants to reunite, somebody wants to reconnect, they want to start over again. Okay, that's what I'm getting here. So when it comes to the father and the son, it could have been the father wasn't around because, maybe he had addictions when the child was younger, and the child is older now. Maybe the father kicked the habit and wants to reconnect. Um, but there could have also been a husband and a wife. Maybe the husband or the boyfriend or whoever he was stepped out and had a child with somebody else, and maybe he's opening up about that and having to tell her about that. And maybe she rejected him, and now he's trying to reconnect with her. But something along the lines of those things that are going on in this connection here. All right, but yeah, somebody's debating on moving in with someone as well, is what I'm getting here. And I don't know, maybe somebody's trying to get you to have a baby with them and move in with them. Um, but they're not exhibiting behaviors of somebody who's ready to be a father or a traditional parent. Okay, they may just have money. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of people out here who got money, but they're not, they think, oh, we got money, and we're famous, we can have a kid. But that doesn't mean that you know how to raise a child. It doesn't mean that you have the temperament or the patience to raise a child. I'm also getting the energy like of Nelly. A lot of people were talking shit. Him and Ashanti are married, of course, and they have a baby. So shout out to them. I like them both. But they have a reality TV show now, and the reality TV show talks about how he said, "Look, I'll give you the world, but I'm just not changing no diapers." And this could be something that is triggering them in their connection, or something that they are now dealing with. And he said he told her this before, but maybe she thought, how some women, they be in la la land, they hear the dude, but then they don't really hear him. You know what I mean? And then once it actually goes down, and he's like, "Yo, I already told you." So it's like now she's trying to, get adjusted, and maybe she's feeling overwhelmed because she's trying to do tours, and with this Saturn energy, going out on tour and recouping her money with the Five of Pentacles reverse, and then the King of Wands energy here, and overwhelmed. So maybe she's overwhelmed with a lot that's going on. Not that she's a Taurus, or not that he is, but I'm getting an energy like that. Like somebody could be overwhelmed with what's going on. You know, um, but there's definitely an energy of lust here. There's definitely an energy of addictions. I know he was dealing with, some things where he got pulled over, um, you know, um, with pills and stuff like that. So, maybe the baby's triggering him, or, people go through shit, right? In relationships. I haven't even watched that show, but this is what's I'm triggered. I'm triggered to mention them with this reading, all right? But you get the gist. There's different storylines here, but this is what I'm getting for you, Taurus, and I wish you guys the best, and I will see you in the next reading. Later, loves.